Jett Storm, I can't read today. What's up, YouTube? This is Mathos97, and there's a promo, and I can't read for some reason. But it looks like finally, Jett Storm is going to get an opportunity to challenge for a championship. And look at this. The rematch that never was for the NXT Championship. Jett Storm goes one-on-one with Adrian Neville here tonight on SmackDown. And you want to know the funny thing? The funny thing is, I'm getting a phone call, so I'll be right back. Oh yeah, real professional intro, Mathwiz. First 30 seconds and you've already messed up twice. Yeah, that's just great. But anyway, yes, this is the NXT Championship rematch that never happened way back when Jett Storm defeated Adrian Neville to win the NXT title. And in the 4 weeks that Jett Storm defended the title, not once did he defend against the former champion Adrian Neville. But we haven't crossed paths since. And the funny thing is, this matchup was not even something scheduled by, like, Vicky Guerrero during the feud. This was actually the month before, in just one of the random tune-up matches or dark matches that was scheduled, and she wanted to put me against Mark Henry again. So I figured, you know what, I already had this match recorded, because normally the way I set this up is when I'm getting close to the month of a pay-per-view where I'll actually have a feud, like, I'll play all the matches up until the month before, since I'll just have to play that one match and then set up the cuts, because I don't know if it's going to have like a promo and I don't want to skip over anything or miss like a cutscene or something. So this was actually, I was already going to record this matchup anyway, so I just figured, you know what, this is a match that should have happened and never did happen, so let's go ahead and close that chapter of Jett Storm's story here tonight, and let's give Adrian Neville the rematch that he never had. Even though it's not for the championship and it's more just for, you know, just to say who would have won. Could Neville have won back the NXT championship? And although this is a completely different time now, this is several years later where Neville and Jett Storm have both improved their wrestling ability beyond what they were years ago back in NXT. So we can see nice crossbody there by Jett Storm. But, yeah, Neville versus Storm. This is a matchup that we never got to have in NXT. The rematch, so let's have it now. And of course, Jett Storm, this is another good opportunity to face somebody that he's faced in the past. A match that never happened, because we saw when Jett Storm was trying to become the face of WWE, according to Triple H. Jett Storm, he kind of closed his chapter with Fandango. And now here tonight, Jett Storm trying to advance towards the World Heavyweight Championship. So a match against Adrian Neville. Try to close another feud. This is, I think, another good opponent for Jett Storm to face. And they have similar wrestling styles, although Adrian Neville is much more high-flying. Jett Storm, on the other hand, is a bit more technical with his game. And he does have a fast-paced offense where he can run around the ring and fly around the ring, but he doesn't normally go to the top rope nearly as often as someone like Adrian Neville does, where, you know, and of course Neville, he's the man that gravity forgot. He can just do things that Jett Storm could only dream of, and even in his dreams, Jett Storm probably couldn't pull off half the moves that Adrian Neville can do. So, I mean, Adrian Neville is just in a league of his own in terms of high-flying ability. I mean, if you want to look at some of the top high flyers in the history of wrestling, I'd say Adrian Neville could be one of them. Now, I'm very curious to see what WWE is going to do once Adrian Neville makes it to the main roster. I am very worried for some of the superstars down in NXT, like, you know, I feel like some of the superstars who are in NXT, no matter what happens, they're going to thrive in WWE anyway. Kind of like what Daniel Bryan does. I mean, Daniel Bryan, the whole thing that happened with him at WrestleMania, and where he kind of got buried in 18 seconds by Sheamus, you know, Daniel Bryan still made it work. He had that following, and he still managed to thrive in the WWE machine. And there are some, I feel like Sami Zayn is one of the superstars who can't possibly fail, just because of the following he has. I mean, you see, he's like the face of NXT. I don't think Sami Zayn's gonna fail in the WWE, unless, you know, I'm not even gonna say anything, knock on wood. But as we can see, Jett Storm hits the combo for the Storm on Adrian Neville, and he's looking to put Neville away. So Jett Storm, it appears as though he's gonna get the win over Neville, and well, he's gonna do it with style, with the Eye of the Storm right there. Adrian Neville, good night. And I guess this proves that if there was going to be an NXT Championship rematch, Storm would have retained anyway. So 2-3, Jett Storm defeats Neville here tonight. But Adrian Neville is one of those superstars where I feel like he can easily be misused. And just with his whole style, I feel like I feel like Vince could easily do something, like, I don't know, just do something to kind of wreck Adrian Neville. I mean, we saw how talented Emma was, and, well, she's back in NXT, so that didn't seem to work out for her. I want you to get a feel of how dominant you can be. Your match this week will be a triple threat match. If you want to be #1 contender, then you can easily win a match like this. So tonight, Jett Storm is going in a triple threat match with Bray Wyatt and Cesaro, and for some reason when I was playing this matchup, I wanted no part of this. So Jett Storm's just going to walk away. He's not playing Vicky Guerrero's game. Jett Storm, he's just going to go to the top of the ramp, and yes, I did in fact do this. Taunt the way all the way down the ramp. Now, I'm not going to show the whole thing. I did cut part of it out, because that's just kind of a waste of time. But yeah, I taunted all the way down the ramp, and that just kind of shows how much momentum you can get by going to the top of the ramp and taunting your entire way back down. So right now, Jett Storm kind of taking the indifferent approach, just kind of watching, letting Cesaro and Bray Wyatt tear each other apart, and then he's going to kind of sneak in and try to pick apart the scraps and get the win for his own. But back to my point with NXT, I mean, I don't know. Some of the superstars that kind of just got there from the independent scene, I feel that I haven't gotten enough chance to, like, see who they are. But you know what, Jett Storm, let's go ahead and work on my commentary a little bit. Let's go over here. Let's take the headset from Jerry the King Lawler. Let's replace him. God knows WWE needs some better commentary. But, I don't know. When I think of who all can thrive in WWE, currently in NXT, maybe Finn Balor, just because of the presence he has. Although I don't know, Sami Zayn is the one NXT guy who I feel really confident about, that he'll thrive in WWE no matter what. But then when it gets to some of the other talent, especially the women's wrestlers, because really WWE does not seem to respect their women's division. I mean, we take a look. I mean, we've got Total Divas for one thing. I can't stand Total Divas. I'm not going to rant about Total Divas, but really just, you've seen what happened. We have somebody like Paige, the anti-diva, who really was, she was the bee's knees in NXT. You saw the match that she put on with Emma at NXT Arrival. I mean, Paige was just, Paige and Emma just down at NXT, they were so good. Especially Paige. She had a really good gimmick, something that completely went against the normal Divas division that WWE has. And then what happened in the WWE? She went from anti-diva to total diva, and that really irks me. So I don't know. I've really kind of lost interest in the Divas division. I don't even see much of a point in even caring anymore, because it doesn't seem like WWE does. But I don't know. I mean, WWE's main roster has the talent, but it seems like the way they book it, they don't know how to use it. And I don't know, maybe Total Divas could work if they had better booking for the wrestling. Like, you can have Total Divas, that's fine, but I don't want to see it on the wrestling program. If I want to watch a reality show, I'll watch the reality show. I'm not watching wrestling to watch a reality show. And I feel like WWE doesn't understand that with their Total Divas rivalries and whatnot, where whatever they did with Natalya and Naomi, it seemed like the basis of the Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus the Usos tag team match. It seems like it was all based on Naomi and Natalya. Even though I'll be fair, I will say that I could very easily be wrong, and probably am, because I don't really watch a lot of Raw and SmackDown anymore. It's been a while since I actually watched an episode of Raw. But from what I saw at Fastlane, where they showed the promo, and the whole focus seemed to be on Natalya and Naomi. Like, that's what that promo told me, that this whole feud, the whole focus of that feud was not on the tag team titles. It was on Naomi and Natalya. And that bugs the crap out of me. But when you see somebody like Charlotte and Sasha Banks and Bayley and Becky Lynch, they're putting on classic matches down in NXT, and then in the WWE, they're given, instead of giving them, a good 8-10 minutes to tell a match, they give them 2 to 3. And it's almost impossible to tell a good story in 2 to 3 minutes. But, you know what, that's why I'm trying to work with Universe Mode, try to put more focus on the division, and, you know, really, if there's something I don't like in WWE, that's why I just don't watch it and I watch NXT. But, yeah, definitely the women's division, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Bayley, I'm kind of worried for them at the moment, whenever they would be called up, especially Charlotte, because I feel like her time to get called up is really soon. I feel like she's on the verge of being called up to the main roster. And I'm really worried because I saw how they used her when they promoted the one NXT TakeOver special. And the way her match with Natalya. No, that's not how you showcase your NXT talent. That's not how you showcase your women's champion. They could have had Sasha Banks interfere and it would have made much more sense to promote the event and just to promote the NXT talent. But that was like the worst thing they could have done to showcase Charlotte. So I'm really worried for Charlotte. Out of probably all of the talent in NXT, Charlotte is probably the one I'm pretty worried about. Although I feel like it'd be really cool to see a match between Tamina Snuka and Charlotte whenever Tamina's healed. Right now, as you can see, Bray Wyatt just hit his sister Abigail, and Jett Storm becoming, you know, channeling his inner edge, the inner ultimate opportunist, as he delivers Storm out to Bray Wyatt, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Jett Storm wins the triple threat match. So take that, Vicky Guerrero. I'm not going to play your games. I'm very pleased with the outcome of this match. Sure you are, Vicky. I'll let you know next week whether you get the #1 contender spot. So even though we just completely, you know, no-sold Vicky's match, she's still... Anyway, so now tonight, Jett Storm 1-on-1 with Xavier Woods. And I don't know, I never really saw much of Xavier Woods down in NXT, but I feel like when they originally debuted him with R-Truth, I like Xavier Woods. I thought he had a pretty cool character. I mean, basically, it was probably the whole nostalgia thing, basically, when he just shouted over 9,000 at people, and I was like, oh, that's a Dragon Ball Z reference, gotta like this guy. But now with the New Day, the New Day, WWE, when they originally showcased the New Day, months before they took them off TV, and then did this with the New Day, where they're these people from church who are smiling all the time. What happened to the heel aggressive group that would have made much more sense? The one that was more like a Nation of Domination 2.0. But it made sense because, you know, they were all kind of floundering in the WWE, and they had been trying to appeal to the fans, and it didn't work. And, you know, they were becoming more aggressive so that they could succeed. They were, you know, standing ringside for the Tag Team Championship matches, but then they disappeared for no reason, and now they're this. That's potential just gone. I don't know. This has been another one of those kind of tangent episodes where I've been talking more about WWE and other things, but I could talk about NXT because I mean NXT is doing some great stuff right now. Kevin Owens, he's the man. Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Hideo Itami, I don't know. NXT, if you're tired of the WWE product and you want to see some good wrestling, if you do have the network, NXT is definitely worth the watch. I think NXT alone is worth the price of $9.99. So even if you don't want to watch the wrestling pay-per-views, then just watch NXT, because NXT is the bee's knees. It is just, it's hip, it's happening, as I use all these outdated lingo. Anyway, I've been talking too long. Let's focus in on the matchup. This is just one of those episodes where I just can't nail down focus on the match. And I apologize for that. If you watch these episodes to listen to me call the match, then you've probably left already, though, so it doesn't really matter. Jett Storm, sunset flip, goes for the cover on Woods. 1, 2. Oh, wait, Woods reverses it. 1, 2. No, kick out by Jett Storm. I was trying to hold back a sneeze there. I think it's gone now, though. Jett Storm, Irish whip, sending Xavier Woods into the corner, and a drop kick right to the face of Xavier Woods. And now Jett Storm, he's going to set up Xavier Woods for his traditional, you know, if Cena has a 5 moves to doom, these would be Jett Storm's 3 moves of doom. As there's a drop kick to the knee, sending Xavier Woods face first, face planting into the mat. which sets up the second, the signature calm before the storm, Shining Wizard to the back of the head. And this, it all builds up to this. The finisher, Jett Storm's very own kick to the gut into the somersault cutter known as the Storm Out. And Jett Storm is going to put away Xavier Woods here emphatically with that maneuver. So Jett Storm hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. It is over. Good night, Xavier Woods. Jett Storm, yet another victory here tonight. Jett Storm, I was watching your match. It was pretty good. I still don't like you, but putting you in the title match at the pay-per-view will probably draw in a crowd, so you're in. What do you mean? There's no continuity in this mode. Last episode, Triple H was talking about how Jett Storm, not last episode, but a few episodes ago, Triple H is talking about how he's going to be the next face of WWE, and now he's like, well, I still don't like you. I can't. Jett Storm, sorry about how Vicky Guerrero has been acting lately. She tends to abuse her power every now and then. I personally believe you were the right choice for a title match at the pay-per-view. You're in. Don't worry, I'll handle Vicky Guerrero. Okay, so he's on our side now. Triple H, what do you... I can't do this. And hey, look, Big Show. This episode, man. So, anywho, let's take a look at the match now as Big Show just keeps shoving Jett Storm away, so I'm just going to abuse the I'm going to abuse the mechanic and make Big Show drain all his stamina. So, if you're ever going up against somebody who's a super heavyweight, a good tip, if you want them to run out of stamina, just keep grappling them. Because of how much... It takes so much stamina away from them whenever they just push you away. And so that's a really kind of easy way to manipulate the mechanics of a super heavyweight and kind of give yourself a bit of an advantage, I guess, in the early stages. But Big Show tosses Jett Storm up over the top rope. And now they're out on the outside, and this is not good. This is not good for Jett Storm. But this actually could, maybe it is good because, well, in one sense, it's terrible because Big Show, with all his power, I mean, if he would just chuck Jett Storm into those steel steps, well then, Jett Storm, he's done. But Jett Storm, on the other hand, he can take advantage of this environment, hit some powerful moves on the Big Show, and use that concrete floor and all the weapons here at ringside, the announce table, the barricade, and the steel steps, of course. Use them all to his advantage to try to chop down the Big Show, break him down to size. Or cut him down to size, I should say. But Jett Storm right now, is he going to go in to break the count here? And now he's in the ring, Big Show. He's up on the steel steps. Jett Storm going to the top rope here. Big Show's got to get back in the ring, otherwise he's going to get counted out here. But Jett Storm was in the wrong corner, so Big Show, he just kind of had to run over there. And that was enough to kind of stop Jett Storm in his tracks. Look at Jett Storm, misses the crossbody. Yeah, Big Show was too close. And now Jett Storm's going to pay for it. But, oh, dropkick. No, Big Show sidesteps the dropkick and delivers a punch right to the gut. And, oh, he was going for one to the face, but Jett Storm blocked it. Although it's not the WMD punch to the face. No, that would knock Jett Storm out of the match for good. But this is a slightly less impactful punch, and it is not Big Show's finisher. Sometimes it can be hard to get them confused. As we can see right now, Jett Storm back up on the top rope. Big Show, well, he's trying to take him down off the top rope, but Storm counters. And look at Storm. Oh, he went for that dive off the top rope, the cannonball sort of move, but Big Show just kind of swatted him out of the way. And actually, it's kind of funny how they just kind of swat him down through the ring. That's just, that's a funny little mistake in the programming in the game. Not in the programming. I don't know what causes something like that, but anyway, that's not important. Jett Storm, big time clothesline to the face of the Big Show. And there's an elbow drop by Jett Storm. And it's weird with this series because on one hand, I would like the episodes to be longer so that way I can get them, I can finish the series in less episodes and kind of get them up quicker. But then at the same time, it can be a struggle to provide commentary for some of these episodes. So it's kind of it's like a 50-50, I guess, as to the length of these episodes how I want them to be. But for now, we're just going to have to power through it. We're nearing the end by this point. We've made it this far. We just got to keep going. So Big Show right now could be trying to set up a comeback here, but he lost it. He didn't get there in time. And Jett Storm, he lives to fight another day. As Big Show right now, well, Jett Storm's still in trouble. He's not out of the danger zone just yet. But look at Big Show. Oh, a gorilla press slam there. And now Big Show, he's going to go for the cover on Storm. 1. Kick out by Storm. Not even a 2 count. But Storm right now, he needs to hit that finisher so we can put the Big Show away here. And now look at Storm, kick to the gut. He's going to go for it. He must have heard me talking. And look at Jett Storm setting Big Show up for the Storm out. And that should do it, folks. Jett Storm hits the somersault cutter, and that's going to put the Big Show out of it. 1, 2, 3. Jett Storm gets yet another victory here tonight on SmackDown. And now Jett Storm is back in the locker room. He's happy about his victory. He's feeling confident. But wait a minute, what the? John Cena from behind attacking Jett Storm. And John Cena, well, where did this come from? John Cena just beating the crap out of Jett Storm here. Well, that's an aggressive side from Cena I haven't seen recently. But that's it for this episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep on YouTubing.